Hello, welcome to Living Life with Purpose. I'm your host, Phil Foster. Yesterday, I was talking to our church about having a faith and growing faith. We're looking at the life, the great prophet Elisha. There came a time in his life when the king of Israel, the king of Judah, and Edom came to him, and they're asking him to kind of pray to God for a favor. And they wanted to hear from God, and Elisha spoke to him, and they sat there and they waited while Elisha sought the Lord, and Elisha came back, and here's what he told them to do. I can pretty much tell you it's not what they thought they were going to hear, but Elisha the prophet said, God told me to tell you to dig a ditch. Now, in that moment, even though that probably made no sense at all, those kings had a choice. They had a choice to trust and believe that God spoke to them through the prophet, or they could try something different. Well, they needed help, but in spite of that fact, it had to make it difficult to go out and dig ditches for a whole army when it made no sense at all, considering it was already hot and they were thirsty. And to make a long story short, the very next day, God sent water. He filled up every one of those ditches. Matter of fact, when the Moabites, the enemy, saw that, the Bible says that the water looked red, and they thought that Israel turned on themselves. And when they came to attack, they kind of walked into an ambush. The moral of the story is Israel won today. You say, how does that help me out today on a Monday? Well, here's the takeaway. God sometimes wants you to take part in the miracle. The Bible said faith without works is dead. Remember when Jesus fed the multitude? He could have snapped his fingers and fed all 5,000. What he did was he took what they had, loaves and fishes, brought together, and they participated in the miracle. I don't know what the answer for you today is, but I do know this, that God is looking at us and he wants us to be people who walk in faith. And there are times when God's looking for us to take that step of faith, to get up out of the boat, because if you don't get out of the boat, you'll never walk on water. If you never dig the ditch, there'll never be any water for God to send to meet your need. Whatever it is today, take that step of faith and watch and see what God can do in and through you. Well, listen, till we get together next time, may God bless you, and hey, have a great day.